Hello, today's review will be for the We Are Memory Keeper Cinch. So the Cinch is a bookbinding machine that is compatible with wire coils and has a price tag of $120. I will be answering some of the most important questions like what do I need to get started, how does it work, what can I make, and also whether it is worth purchasing. Since I will also be doing a mini tutorial, timestamps are provided in the description below. Thank you for clicking on this video. Hope you enjoyed. And let's get started. Okay, first off, the Cinch machine has a little latch that stretches to hold the handle in place when it's not in use. That way it's easier to store away. It comes with a ruler guide that's 7 inches long, but when it extends to its full length, it's 13 inches. You only need to extend the ruler when the project is bigger than 7 inches. That way you're able to punch more holes. The Cinch can only punch 12 holes at a time, and it also punches less than 12 holes if required. In order to punch less than 12 holes, you must pull out the buttons that you don't want to punch your paper. By pulling them out, you lock them automatically so that when you push down the handle of the machine, those will not punch the holes. It's pretty straightforward. When you don't want the buttons to hole punch your paper, you pull them out, and when you want them to hole punch again, you just push them back in. This part is pretty straightforward. In the next clip, I will show you the most important feature of the Cinch, which is the turning knob that allows you to choose and adjust the cinching compartment to press wire coils ranging from the thinnest size, which is 3/8 of an inch, to the thickest size, which is 1 1/4 of an inch thick. This feature alone is what allows you to make so many different projects. You simply adjust the turning knob to your desired coil length and you're ready to cinch your project together. Here's the cinching compartment, the place where the bookbinding magic actually happens. In my opinion, it's the hardest step to master because there's a lot of factors that could affect a coil not being perfect at the end of your project. I feel that not putting the correct amount of paper in your notebooks or calendars can affect whether the coil is crooked or not. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I have gotten a couple of crooked coils and I'm not really sure why that happens. Okay, so the most basic things you need to get started doing projects are paper, metal coils with a hole pitch of 2 to 1, which means your projects will have 2 hole punches per inch, a wire cutter, some sort of cover if you're doing a notebook, and a chipboard piece for the back of the notebook. So the easiest way for me to answer the question, how does it work, is to do a little tutorial. Okay, so for this 3x5 inch notebook, I only need to hole punch 5 holes. So I am pulling out numbers 6 through 12. Once you're ready, pull down the handle and it will hole punch your desired holes. I hole punched too many papers at the same time, so the hole punches were not perfect. So I tried 2 papers at the same time instead of a lot. The hole punches ended up looking way better, a lot more clean. Once you hole punch all the pages that you're going to include in your notebook, don't forget to hole punch your cover and the chipboard for the back of the notebook. Also cut your wire coil to the size of the notebook. Mine was 5 holes. Next step is to assemble your notebook. The first thing you need to put on the wire is the papers you're going to have inside of your notebook. Up next is the cover, and last, the backer chipboard piece. Up next, the very last step in the notebook making process, cinching the notebook together. Okay, so I set the size to 1 inch since I am using a 1 inch wire and I am ready to cinch. Once my wire is under the cinching compartment, I make sure it's perfectly fixed inside and then I am ready to cinch. I also ended up doing a large notebook, 8.5 by 11 inches, and the coils turned out very bad, very crooked. If you know the real reason or reasons why this happens, please let us know in the comments below. For me, this has been the biggest learning curve that I haven't mastered. I don't know, let me know, you guys, if I'm the only one struggling with this. The only size of coil that I always get perfect coils for is the 1 inch, but the rest I still struggle. Okay, so what can you make with this machine? You can make calendars, notebooks, recipe books, coloring books, planners, and anything that needs bookbinding. So if you were wondering how you would hole punch a bigger paper like 8.5 by 11, you simply need to pull out the ruler guide to its maximum length and put the paper as shown right here, and you simply punch 9 more holes for the paper. Hopefully it makes sense. Before I let you guys know whether this is a good purchase, I do have the pros and cons of this We Are Memory Keeper Cinch. But the answer is a big yes. I do believe it's a really good machine, but please do your research before purchasing it. Don't just buy it because it's the first binding machine you saw. Unless you really want to. You do you, girl. Despite what decision you take at the end of the day, I do highly recommend checking these two ladies on social media out. They might make your decision a lot easier. And obviously, I'm not talking out of experience, despite having a record of impulse shopping.